Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your market report and stock watch list for Friday, July 28th. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The Dow Jones, new record highs, and here's the reason why. We had Boeing up $7 today, or 3.23%. Verizon was up $3 today. Disney was up $3 today. Merck was up over almost $2, up to $2 today. Procter & Gamble was up at over $1. Home Depot was up $1. 3M was up $1. CVX was up 99 cents. So you see some of the stocks that were up in the Dow, and the Dow moved up to record highs. The NASDAQ didn't fare as well, as we finally got some selling, and it looks like that traders are unwinding positions in the tech stocks. But we did get some dip buyers, as we always do. So the Qs did hit down to the 13 EMA, but then bounced up. So the Qs are holding above the fast moving averages, so not too much damage done, but some damage done. As far as the rest of the indices that we watch, IYT did not fare well today at all. The IYT, which is the transports, were down over 3% for the day. And here's the IYT, and I'll also show you the IYT transports. And they were down 294 points. I think at one point they were down almost 330 points for the day on the Dow Jones transports. And that's, you know, some names like UNP and FedEx, and all those names that you know, UPS, and they had earnings today, UPS, and they were up, and then now you see this big push down on UPS, so they weren't happy on that conference call. So that's your IYT. IBB, which is the biotechs, and look at this nice steady climb, and then all whooshed away in one day, and we came down to the 20 SMA, where some dip buyers did come in and possibly down near this, the breakout originally on the IBB. So that's your IBB. IWM also pulled back today, and after that nice breakout on the IWM and this nice steady climb, we pushed back down to the 20 SMA on the IWM. IWC, we had a big push down here, and the buyers came in around, we'll call it 88 1/4, and we'll see if that level is going to hold for tomorrow. As far as oil goes, this is the ETF for oil, USO. We moved up over 1% today on the USO. XOIL, which is WTI light sweet crude, that was up about 0.5% for the day, and we're coming up to that 200 flat SMA on oil. And so far we're rejecting that, and we're getting up to that mental number of $50 on oil. So we'll see what they want to do on the oil stocks, but we've had a nice run, and now we're coming up to resistance here at the 200 SMA, the green line that you see there for oil. So let's go ahead and take a look at the futures for tonight. Currently the Dow futures are down 16, the S&P futures are down 2, and the NASDAQ futures are down 12, and Amazon did report earnings, and we'll get into that. For your calendar of events tomorrow in the United States, at 8:30 we have the GDP. The employment cost index is also at 8:30. 10 o'clock consumer sentiment, and then 1 p.m. the ever important Baker Hughes rig count for oil. We also have some Fed speak going on tomorrow at 1:20 p.m. Fed speaker is Neil Kashkari, and that'll be at 1:20 p.m. Eastern time. Some earnings before the bell, and you can see them listed right here, and this is the Trade Exchange evening letter, and we have some names: American Airlines, AAL, ABBV, AbbVie, some other names: Yandex, ExxonMobil will be out tomorrow morning. Next up will be NLNK, NS, NSH, let me see if I see any other big names: AXL, BSMX, CVX, so that's another oil name. So you have two important oil names tomorrow: ExxonMobil and Chevron, CVX. As far as some other names, small name: EROS, ETM, CIR, Merck will be reporting, MRK, and COG will be reporting. So you can see the list there. For your earnings conference calls, go to earningscast.com and look at their calendar daily, and you can see the earnings calendar conference calls for Friday, July 28th. So you see the whole listing here at 8 o'clock in the morning. You have a plethora of earnings conference calls. American Airlines will be at 8:30 if you're interested in them. And then we scroll down, you see 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock conference calls. So NOV, which is an oil company. Also, the last one up is ESS at 2 o'clock p.m. So there's your conference calls for tomorrow. Some of your top gainers for trading for today: SHOR, CAPR, TREE, AXTI, and we spoke about AXTI on yesterday's video, GNC, NAKD, NTGI, TK, CERS, and ADP. And CERS will be on tonight's watch list, and NAKD also. For your top losers: IPCI, CUR, PCMI, SAVE, PBI, AZN, CVSS. Twitter took a hit today on their earnings, just not growing those users. And TTPH, after that offering came out yesterday, so they were down for the day. Some of your call activity for today was ALLY, CY, NLSN, DAL, HTZ, PYPL, SBUX, TACO, TECK, TMUS, T-Mobile, Time Warner, TWX, and Verizon. So that was your unusual call activity for today. As far as your put activity goes, you had BABA, HPE, Netflix, and WLL, some unusual put activity for today. As far as some of your earnings after the bell, KTOS came out with an earnings per share and revenue beat, and this is the 5-minute after hours chart, KTOS, and that's a defense name. Intel also came out with earnings after the bell, and we'll take a look at that 5-minute chart. And Intel did beat. Intel came out with 72 cents versus 68 cents expected, and 14.8 billion versus 14.4 billion expected. And Intel did pop, but then proceeded to give back the gains. Amazon came out with earnings, pulled back down to 1,014.95 in after hours currently. My time is 7:09. So you see Amazon came tumbling down after hours tonight on their earnings. Some other earnings that came out was First Solar, which had a really nice quarter, and they had an earnings per share and revenues beat on First Solar, and the stock went from 45 all the way up to about $52 a share, and now holding most of the gains in after hours. So keep this on watch. It may help some of the other solars too for tomorrow. Expedia came out with earnings, EXPE, and that stock popped, pulled back a bit, but holding most of the gains. Electronic Arts also had earnings, nice pop, and pulled back, but recovering a little bit in the after hours. Starbucks, another one of those big names, popped in after hours and pulled back on their earnings, and they had an earnings per share in line and a revenue miss. Flex, earnings per share miss, revenue beat. Mattel, earnings per share and revenue miss. So that's some of your bigger names for the earnings. Some filings after hours, RH Form SC13G filed by Morgan Stanley, 5.1% stake. ANY Form SC13G filed by Morgan Stanley, 7% stake. Let's just take a look at let's see if there was any reaction. Not much. And Restoration Hardware, not much reaction on those. APO Form 4, 10% owner, Tiger Global purchased over 56,000 shares, $27.96. STL Form 4 director purchased 4,000 shares. And scrolling through, Acme Form 4 director purchased 5,000 shares at $46.83 on AKAM. Baidu came out with earnings. Baidu earnings per share and revenue beat on Baidu. Some earnings again before the open. And let's see, in the later news tonight, we have Senate backs Russian sanctions, sends bill to Trump. So Senate votes decisively to slap new sanctions on Russia, Iran, and North Korea, sends the measure to Trump for his signature. So that's what happened after the bell. Some stocks on watch for tomorrow, Friday, July 28th. You have ACTG, got a nice volume pop here today and trying to get over that 425 spot and get back over this 50 SMA on the daily chart here. Next one up is APA, and you're going to see a few oil names on the watch, because oil has been moving up. So we'll see if APA can give a continuation move. 3.7 million shares traded. You know, looking for that $50.30 break on APA, and APC looking for it to take out this 50 SMA. 47.32 was the close, so over 47.50 could get going through 48. ARWR, this one small name, 1.4 million shares traded. If it got over the other day's high of $1.89, so we'll call it like $1.92, $1.95. Maybe we get that $2 continuation move on ARWR. You see they were selling it off. They came in and bought it up at $1.65. So let's see if that one wants to make a move tomorrow. An under $1 name, but close to $1, is 1.6 million shares, BLRX, and trying to get over $1. So there's BLRX for you. BOOT, apparel stores, and a lot of the retailers were getting bought today. Here's Macy's, JWN, and so the retailers didn't do too bad today, so maybe they're starting to turn around. And I'll talk about Macy's real fast. I talked about this one yesterday, and I'm in this one. We did get that 24 break, so let's see if we can get a continuation move in Macy's. BOOT, this one, nice candle. Volume a little bit light, but trying to get, is back over that 50 SMA on BOOT apparel stores. Another biotech name is CAPR, nice pop. Tried to play this one today. I actually took a 5-cent loss in it, so I didn't get what I wanted, the push, and didn't time it perfectly, as you need to do sometimes. So CAPR, looking for maybe that $1.40 break and then maybe a continuation up through $1.50. So I'll have it on watch tomorrow. CERS, looking for the 250 break on CERS, 3.4 million shares traded. CHK, another oil name, starting to take out the 50 SMA, big volume. It's a heavy stock. This would be more of a swing trade. So if it can get over, 510, it might become interesting, and then you could use maybe 490, 485 as your stop for CHK. CLR, this one, trying to get back over the 50 SMA. So maybe over 34 might give this one a nice continuation move. CYCC, this one popped in the after hours, and this was the reason why. CYCC SC 13D filed by Eastern Capital Limited, 29.7% stake in the name, and you see the pop in CYCC. So we'll see if this one wants to set up intraday tomorrow for a trade, possibly. FSLR, I just put this one on watch just because of the big pop. We'll see if there's any play in it, but you can check out other names like SPWR. It's a solar name. CSIQ. Run is a solar name. RUN. RGSE is also a solar name, and you see all these went up in the after hours. SPWR popped in the after hours. Let me see if CSIQ also popped in the after hours. So keep an eye on some of the solar stocks. Maybe you get a move in some of those for tomorrow or even into next week. Some other names that I'm watching, this GIII apparel group, starting to come up over the 200 SMA here. We had a close at 288, so if you can take out that 25 25.90, 25.95 area. Maybe we get the continuation through 26 again on GII. Volume was 800,000 shares, so we'll see what they want to do with this one. But retail, like I said, it was up today. GIMO. Now, after hours, this had earnings, and they popped it on earnings, and they got it up to $41. Now, I'm not going to chase it up here, but I'll keep it on watch for the next, tomorrow and the next couple of days. GNC, full disclosure, I am in this one. Let me see. I'm trying to remember the price that I got in this. This was what, 10.95. I believe I'm in this one at 10.72. And so we'll see if this one wants to continue up for tomorrow. Let me just check that. Hold on one second. Okay, so here was the GNC alert, and I'm in this one at 10.52. Excuse me. GNC over 10.52, and we're currently at 10.95. And I sold some of my position, but I am holding some from 10.52, and this was alerted to the service at 3:01 p.m. So nice continuation move. See if it wants to continue tomorrow. Another oil name, HLX, oil and gas. This one trying to perk up and maybe get over 650, 2.6 million shares. IDXG, I'm still watching this one, but I'm losing interest. I'm trying to get over that $6 area, $7 area. But so far, 5 million shares traded, so I'll keep it on watch tomorrow and see if they want to do it tomorrow. Intel, this one had popped and dropped, so not really interested in it anymore, so I'll take that off my watch list. IPWR, nice continuation move through the 200 SMA on the daily chart here. So we'll see if this wants to make any kind of continuation move or pullback. Like I said, a lot of the retailers were getting some buying, and I'm already in some Macy's, so I'm going to try to hold on to what I have. MTRX, oil name, this one pushed up nicely on some expanding volume. We're at that 10.50 spot. The high today was 10.65, so maybe over 10.70, or maybe a pullback to about 10.30. It might give us another re-entry on MTRX, oil and gas equipment services. NAKD popped today, up to $1.75. I traded this one, and I got a nice intraday trade on this, but not so hot on this chart, but we'll see. RGSE, solar name, because of First Solar run we spoke about. Snap, we talked about Snap yesterday in the video. I did not get this. I took my eye off the ball, and it did pop, but it is starting to turn a little bit. I think the lockup for this is July 29th, so don't quote me on that. Check for yourself, but possible reversal candle here on SNAP. SPWR, because of First Solar, what we mentioned. Verizon, AT&T, and all those were jumping today. This was up 2% for the day. We're coming up to that 690 spot, and then maybe a break of 7. It's come a long way from 630 to 685, 2.4 million shares traded, but this is Vonage, and maybe it might get a continuation move. I don't think this is an intraday trade, or more of a swing trade, and you see this pop today in VG. WMGI, this one's coming up to the 100 SMA, and this is a nice candle, 1.2 million shares, medical devices, looking for that break of 28.50. Now, I know tomorrow's Friday, and it's a summer day, and Friday I don't expect to play all these, and then there'll be news plays, and maybe the futures might be gapping down tomorrow. So take it slow for tomorrow. It's Friday, but some of these, you could keep on watch for, the beginning of next week also. And we did hold the 200 SMA on this WMG, and now we're starting to turn up. So take it slow. Don't mess up your Friday and, over trade. And I would say probably usually on Fridays, the smaller ones move better than these larger names. But with ExxonMobil and CVX coming out with earnings on Friday, keep an eye on some oil stocks too. Oil, just needs to get through that $50, and you might get, a really nice continuation in these names. It looks like, 50 is going to be the magic number on oil. So this has been Zozo Stock Watch. Thank you very much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit that. You can retweet them, put them out on StockTwits, Twitter, Facebook, wherever your groups are, and share these. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support, and have a great Friday. Don't forget that Let's Get Ready for the Week Ahead will come out on Saturday usually, and then another Stocks to Watch for Monday will come out usually on Sunday. All right, thank you so much for your support. Have a great day trading tomorrow. Guys, leave comments. Let me know if there's something you want me to talk about, a particular stock. Give me some feedback. That would be greatly appreciated. I mean, I know I'm perfect with my videos. Just kidding. So hit me up with some comments and give me some feedback. I want to make these better. It's very hard, as far as earnings season goes, to, hit every earning. We'll be here for 2 hours if I went through every earnings and whatnot. So earnings makes it a little bit harder since we're at the height of the earnings season. Basically, when I started these videos, I wanted to do, hey, this news came out after the bell on such and such a stock, and whammo, now we're in earnings season. So I'm kind of incorporating that too. So, I know these can be a little bit longer than I wanted to produce. But after earnings season, I would think they'll be a little bit shorter and a little more manageable. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much.